in ICW. What is it about Progress that you think has caused them to really sort of come to the forefront as one of the sort of 3 or 4 major UK promotions?
Me. Next question. No, for me, I think I've had 2 stages in my career. The first stage was the deathmatch stage, where that was kind of what I was known for. With WXW in Germany, anyone aware of those guys? They're good guys. We used to do deathmatch stuff there with CZW as well. So that was where I was first sort of known internationally, was the CZW stuff. But then my problem with that was that I was just known for deathmatch. And people didn't think I could actually do anything else. So when Progress came along and we managed to do this like 3-year-long storyline, which in independent wrestling is kind of unheard of. Because with indie wrestling, you don't know how many crowds are going to be there, you don't know month to month what's going to go on. The fact we managed to do a 3-year storyline of Progress, I think that not only did it help my career 100%, it helped Progress as well. I think we're both mutually beneficial for each other.
Yeah, that's interesting. I feel like a lot of the time, the promotions that do grow like that, they grow because of the talent, and vice versa. Like you said, I feel like ICW is exactly the same way. Have you done anything with ICW? Or
I used to work for ICW all the time.
Okay.
It's only really since the injury and stuff. I start back for ICW on the 5th of November in Brooklyn Bowl.
Nice.
Who's coming to that?
One fan of Brooklyn Bowl.
Good. Got a shout out, 5th of November, Brooklyn Bowl, go to. ICW got a show.
So, are you returning on Sunday to wrestle, or just making an appearance?
As much as like I've missed wrestling, the last couple of months where I get to do run-ins, not take a bump, get paid a full wage and get the biggest pop of the night, I kind of want to carry that on, to be fair. It hurts a lot less the next morning. And I can get drunk the night before and not worry that I'll get blown up.
You could do that before you wrestle too.
No, I can't.
Let's call a spade a spade.
No, I don't.
I was with you on a tour. You forget this.
Oh yeah.
But I was there.
I did alright, yeah.
You did all right. That was an interesting. Few days. Me and Carlito were just reminiscing about some of our experiences on the
5-star wrestling tour. That was a lot of fun. That was. I enjoyed that.
It was an interesting few days. And that was the first time where I really got an insight into what a good mind you had for the business, and I think that...
Was that on the bus back when I was telling the promoter exactly what he'd done wrong?
Yeah, I do remember...
He still booked me again though, so
there was a moment, but there were a few holes in this tour, and I remember there was a moment where Marty and me and a few others were sitting in the back, and I said, look at Jimmy. Look, he can't help himself, and you were like edging closer and closer, and then suddenly it was like, we saw you go, Dan.
No, that's what happened. I was edging closer and closer to them because that's where the fridge was, where the beer was.
That's true.
So I got a beer, and as I was walking back, you went, Jimmy, what do you think of the show? And I went, well, an hour, I think about an hour or so. It was good.
It was at least an hour. We'd have to run that with the adjudicators, but...
I thoroughly enjoyed myself.
All right, let's switch gears here. We've mentioned Marty. I know that you've had a lot of you've been in quite a unique sort of situation because you've been very heavily involved with some of the major promotions that have sort of given rise to this new sort of wave of talent. Is there anybody that you see coming up next that you think we should be keeping an eye out for? I know it's not an easy question to ask because I got asked it yesterday and I was just going. I mean, there's so many. Well, it's my go-to is normally Pete Dunne, but I don't.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was going to say.
But I don't. But
then he's up there.
He's up, right. He's established at this point, so it's almost he's not really one to watch anymore. He's to me, I think he's one of the best we've got. But in your opinion,
if I was being 100% biased,
yeah.
Ginny from Progress. Anyone watch Progress?
Yep.
Ginny, biased because I trained her. But she gets it. She gets it. Obviously, she stole the whole character from me, but she gets it. Like, I think she's one of the few girls that wants to do more character stuff and like get that sort of thing over instead of just I want to wrestle like a guy and do what the guy. Do you know what I mean? Like, Ginny's really good. Pastor William Lever as well. Another one of my trainees.
I just was on a show with him a couple of weeks ago.
Whereabouts?
XWA.
Yeah. I like it. James Castle as well. He's another really good one.
Yes.
James Castle.
I'm wrestling James Castle tomorrow.
Oh dear. He's really good. He tried to throw me off a balcony.
All he needs to know is what my finish is, brother.
Kick out?
Anybody else? Who else have we got?
People in ISO as well, like Kenny Williams, I think is really good. I think he doesn't get out as much as he should do, or should be allowed to.
Nice. All right. So while we wrap up here, favorite moment in your career, not match moment. Favorite moment.
Brixton Academy a couple of weeks ago, 2,500 people. When being out for like 7 months at that point, I didn't think anyone knows who I was. But especially being out of progress for a year at that point as well. Like, I still, as performers, we are incredibly depressed most days. I think you do a show and it's the best day ever, and then the morning after it's like, I want to kill myself. I've got to put the bins out today. What's the point in life? Do you know what I mean? Like,
It's a big adrenaline dump.
so I've been out for like a year from there to then come back to 2,500 people seemingly being really happy that I was there. That was I wanted to quit after that because it's not getting any better than that. That's it.
It is. I can relate. I remember I took some time off from TNA and I made my return at Manchester, and I remember just thinking to myself, what happens if I come out here and just get
no one knows your hand.
no parts?
Silence.
Or it's just like a way, and I was just like, and I remember coming back and I looked at Hogan was at the go position. And Hogan looked at.
That name.
I know, she's sure. I just pulled a Lindsay and just dropped the big name. But I looked at Hulk and he goes and he just looked and went, the hell of a plop, and I was like, yes.
I had to look at Marty when I got mine. It wasn't quite as exciting. He's alright, I suppose. I think me and Marty have both been very lucky in like both of us at the same time. I think that's what put us both over at the same time, that we both got really good characters. And we both actually cared about our promos. We weren't doing promos that are filmed on an iPhone in our kitchen or our toilet. Going on it's not hard these days. Video editing software is very easy to get hold of. I thought maybe I might put my film sales degree to good use. So it wouldn't have just been 3 years where I didn't have to get a real job. That was wrong. But yeah, good promos, good photos. James Musselwhite, Portrait Wrestler, check those guys out. Because those two things, good photos, good promos, just makes you look a lot better than you probably are.
Great advice for anyone up and coming in the business who wants to try and make a living before just getting signed somewhere. Because that's an important thing. It's two different things in this business. You go aim to get a contract, but you can make a living without one.
100%.
But making a living without one requires you to hustle, and that's what you're talking about there is a perfect example of it.
I've got a question for you.
Go on.
What do you think the best thing about being a wrestler is?
I always felt like I played lots of sports when I was a kid, but it was something I never quite sort of scratched the itch. Do you know what I mean? And then there was this, I didn't want to sing and dance or even acting. I was sort of and then I realized around the age of about 13 that pro wrestling was the perfect outlet for me to, it gave me all the things I wanted to sort of encompass in one thing. And I think that I think the best thing about being a wrestler is when you get those moments where you get that, where you go and you go, this was all for me. Like to me, like when I did the promo that sort of helped me sort of get to the next level at Wembley, and my dad was there, and he's not a wrestling fan. He was a pro rugby player, and so he appreciated the athleticism of it, but he didn't understand what it was. But he goes, he goes, that's crazy. And he's like, 10,000 people just, and they were being so loud just because of what you said, and those moments are the best moments about being a wrestler to me. And when you meet kids, certainly like, nothing on the level of like the top WWE guys, stuff like that. But you know, when you meet a little kid who's, you know, and you can just see in their eyes that they're just like, you know, you just think, because you can vaguely remember that same feeling that you had as a kid, and you go, that kid now forever's got this incredible sort of memory, you know, and it's a very powerful thing. And for us, it's like it's 2 minutes of our life that we go away, but you know, just makes such, you know, you don't know, but some kid might go on to be this, you know, great human in the world, and just go, I met this wrestler, like what, you know, and it was so, you know, and you just the butterfly effect of those things is just that's the best part of being a wrestler to me.
That's cool.
Yeah, so you want to take over and take the next guest?
No, right, for me, I think same question to myself.
Yes.
I have three things. Firstly, I always wanted to be in a band. Always. Can't sing or play an instrument though. I'm really good at throwing myself on my head, so that worked for me. Number two, there's something me and Mark Andrews just talk about, like, because we're both like really big punk rock fans. The fact that now our favourite punk rock bands go, oh, hi Jimmy Havoc, Mark Andrews, you guys are cool, we're going to be your friends. The third is the free stuff you get.
Yeah.
It's really good. You need it when you're coming up. Then when you get to, we don't need it because you can afford it, but they give it to you anyway.
Yeah.
That's what I like the most.
Oh, it's the ultimate irony of any sort of level of pseudo-celebrity is that
I got a really good Luke Hope the other day.
Yeah.
Big fan of that.
Oh, nice. We were discussing some of our favourite sort of freebies of the day. My parents were reminiscing about when half of their kitchen was taken up by bags of beef jerky. That used to find its way to many independent shows. Some of it may have even found its way into your bag at some point. Who knows? But there was.
I do like beef jerky.
Yeah.
The other one I got the other day is, I don't know if you can tell because my eyes might not be that obvious that I've got horrendously blue contact lenses.
I mean, I get lost in them. So.
Thanks, darling. The most emasculating thing for me is my girlfriend is so much more famous than I am. It's painful, you know, when you go to a gig and stuff. And
I think I can relate somewhat.
yeah. Right, so she got the sponsorship of these contact lenses, and I tried to get in on it as well. It turned me down. So she's just changed her prescription. Thanks for that, darling.
Thanks, contact lens people, for nothing.
Well, no, they sent it to me anyway. It's fine.
Yeah, it's beautiful. Thanks.
Thanks. Can I go get a beer now?
Absolutely.
Thanks, darling.
Let's hear it for Jimmy Havoc, everybody.